Merry Christmas and welcome to Lamb Living. My name is Holly Lamb and I am thrilled to be a part of the 2022 November Napkin Exchange Challenge. We were challenged by Sarah from Sunflowers and DIYing to send napkins to other YouTube creators and see what they can make out of them. See what Christmas decor they can make right here at the end of November as we come into the Christmas season. I sent my napkins to Christy from Crafty Country, so you'll want to check the description box below. You see Sarah there, and then my friend Christine from the DIY Craftaholic is the guest host this month. Now, Sharon from Cheap to Chic, she sent these wonderful things to me, and she sent me that very sweet card. Excited to see what I was going to make, told me to have fun. And sent me some pretty ribbon from the Dollar Tree. I see Crafter's Corner. Yes, one of my favorite spots to go and prowl in. And then, oh, that's from the Dollar General. And then here we go. We're going to be using that red napkin for sure. These are so cute, so colorful from, I think those are Dollar General. Now, we will be using that one a lot. And we're going to use that gingerbread, and there's more of the red. Look at that red truck. We use red trucks in my Dad's Giving 80 in my last video. Now I love this black and red buffalo check, but I end up not using it, but I'm going to hold on to that. I'm thinking about something for that, maybe in a future video. All right, so I'm outside. It's late November, but it's very mild here in South Georgia, and I am painting foliage. And I have in between all those green leaves, I have 3 little cobblestone corner houses, and I am painting them ultra matte by Rust-Oleum in the 2X white. You see the 3 little houses there. There's the cobblestone corner set for this year. They're so cute, and they are pre-lit. They're lit inside. I'm using that candy store, not the firehouse in this particular one. I do have the firehouse, but we're going to do something else with another set. Now, these 2 Dollar Tree ornaments are kind of my inspiration. Once I opened up Sharon's package, I saw lots of reds, and of course the burlap goes with most anything, and then the snowy, lots of snowflakes, and reds and some greens. And so I saw those 2, and I love those 2 ornaments from the Dollar Tree, and so they're kind of my inspiration to go along with these great napkins that Sharon sent. So I took those 3 particular cobblestone corner, and I gave them a light spray with the Ultramatte. I didn't go crazy with it though. I didn't do full coverage. I wanted a little bit of the color to come through. I thought the colors are really pretty on this set from Dollar Tree this year. They're all just darling little houses and buildings. And so you can still see a little of that blue on that house coming through. Now I'm only going to be decoupaging these roofs on the church and this house and then the candy store. So I'm being very particular about where I want all these different images. And so the house is finished there. I put a little border on it. And now I'm going to be working on the church. I decided to use this particular part of the napkin with the gumdrops because most of it is white. It does have a nice border though, so that border is going to be on the eaves of our church's roof, and we're going to just let that gumdrop detail go right up the steeple there and on the roof. And so I'm going to be cutting and forming it with the paintbrush and the Mod Podge. Now, I'm not actually using Mod Podge here. This is the Aleene's decoupage medium that I get at Walmart, and I use that just as often as I use Mod Podge. I like them both equally. You're going to see in this video I also use Jot Glue in some of the projects, and I like Jot Glue if it's not going to be handled a lot, or it is, I need a lot of it, or it's not going to be outside, then Jot Glue works just fine. with decoupage with napkins. Now these particular napkins were only 2-ply, so I only had to take off the back layer, the white layer, and then I was left with all the pretty printing. And that is what I'm putting on my houses here, on the roofs. It's just the top layer of napkin. Now I use a napkin later in the video that is 3-ply, and I'll show you that in just a little while. So I'm going to get the little chimney there, and then I'm going to work around it. Normally I like a torn napkin when I'm decoupaging, but you'll see in this particular video I'm doing some detail work, so I use a lot of straight edges, and so I use my scissors more than I normally would. Look at that little gingerbread man. He's going to be dancing on top of that roof like he's just ready for Christmas fun and yummy things. So now we're skipping from pumpkin spice and going into gingerbread smelling everything, which makes me extra excited. I love making gingerbread houses. They're lots of work, but they are sure worth it. We have a tradition here at my house that my children, I make them all, each a house, a gingerbread house, and sometimes I use the pre-made gingerbread houses, and I just get the icing ready for them. I make royal icing and go ahead and bag them up and get them clipped off, and make big plates of candies and lay them out, and then we all make a village. Each of us make a house, and we all make gingerbread villages. We usually wait and do that later in the season. You'd think we would do it earlier, but here at my house, see, there we go. There's the Jock glue. It's coming out. Yeah, and the glitter is perfect for glittering. So we're going to use that as the last layer on our roof. And, oh, actually, I'm going to glitter the whole house, yes. And I'm squeezing it on all parts of the house except for the open holes where the light will come through. I don't want to get the glue in there. Now, the glitter, I can't really stop. I'm not going to tape them up or anything. So if a little glitter gets in there, but I don't want it to glue to the light because I don't want to, mute that light in any way. So I'm trying to be careful. And I'm not just slapping the glue on. I am dabbing it around those open holes. So you can see probably a little glitter's getting through. But, ooh, very sugary and sweet. The one on the right was glued and glittered. And now we're going to make that other one look sugary, sweet, and gorgeous. Here they are. Oh, my goodness. This is actually the only shot that I remember to turn the houses on inside. I had the tea light candles on in the other shots, but this one, the lights are on inside the houses. I went back and made sure to get a little video of that. And look how sweet they are. See, the houses, the lights are turned off in this one. This particular clip, I forgot to turn them on. But they still look precious. And look at those roofs with the decoupaged napkins on top. Lovely, just lovely. I'll be showing off those little fishbowl risers with the candlesticks in another video coming up. Those were a lot of fun to make. All right, now, did you see the back of that round? We're going to do that snowman last. We're going to save the best for last, that cute little snowman. But that L on that wood round, it's just MDF board, but on that round I got at a craft store in Kingsport, Tennessee, where my parents live. We went up there to take them to Dollywood, and well, to take me to Dollywood, and we all went back in, oh golly, I think it was October. We had a fall break where we had a couple of days off of school, and so we went up to Kingsport, and Ben Franklin is a local craft store. I don't know if it's a chain or not. I've never seen another one, but it is just a gem among gems, and they have all kinds of goodies that you just can't find at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, or I don't know where they do their ordering. And then they get a lot of discount stuff in too. Like when I was there, my husband made me get a lot of Canada Dry Zero bottles and Sunkiss, Diet Sunkiss, because they had those on a clearance. I guess they got in a big shipment. I don't know. But anyway, so that was Ben Franklin. So this L was $3.99, and I did pay full price for it. They do have nice sales, but I thought $3.99 for this round was great. These would be great to paint or decoupage or, you know, put buttons all over or put, gosh, all kinds of things. And then stick into a wreath. I mean, imagine putting that into an evergreen wreath would be perfect for your front door. And so you could use it just as is, or you could put it in a wreath, either live or artificial, and it would look just gorgeous. Okay, so we're using, again, the top layer of this napkin. I took off the border. It has a little white trim there, and I didn't want that on my my round or my L. I just wanted the white snowflakes with the red background. So there it is, all dry. I got it all on. Now I was very careful only to get the glue on the top of the round in the L, because when I go to sand this clean and nice and neat, it's easier if there's not a lot of glue or Mod Podge or decoupage medium that's dripped down the sides. So I'm always trying to be careful not to be sloppy with my glue when I'm decoupaging like this, and I know I'm going to clean it up and make it look nice and clean with my nail file. That's a nail file I order on Amazon. I get in bulk. I like that one. It has a nice coarse grit, but it gets in those little nooks and crannies. Better than the sanding block, but I love those sanding blocks as well. I always grab one if I see them, because we went through a dry spell when the sanding blocks did not show up in Dollar Tree for a couple of months. And I was really using some old sanding blocks there for a while, so I feel like we've hit the jackpot when I find one. All right, so now I'm going to put some glitter on it, but I didn't want to put glitter on the napkin itself. I want that red background with the white snowflakes to pop. I don't want to cover it up with glitter. If a little bit gets on it, that's okay, but I didn't want it to be glittered like we did the roofs on our cobblestone corner houses. Those were darling and sugared and beautiful, but this I just wanted on those edges. This is an MDF mixture, so you know, I wanted that glittered. I didn't want those sides to show. But if a little bit of the glitter shows on the red, that's okay, but I just didn't want it all caked in glitter. Oh, it looks so pretty there on the hutch in my dining room. I have paired it with some sticks. You saw I was spray painting sticks outside as well. And then, of course, just some picks from the Dollar Tree. That cotton is from the Dollar Tree back in the summer. And okay, so here's some of the sticks. Now, I'm going to be taking some of the scraps from my napkins that Sharon sent, and I'm going to candy stripe these with the scraps from that Let It Snow napkin, and then from the red with the white snowflakes on it that we just used on the monogram. Yeah, so we're going to be using that particular, the white background with the red writing, on a lantern that we're going to be flipping for Christmas. I made a lantern out of 8x10 frames back in, I think it was the September napkin challenge. And I put the screens that I put in those 8x10 frames that I made into a lantern, I put napkin in. There are the sticks. Kind of intertwined them through the beads from Walmart, hanging on my chandelier in the dining room. And so I thought those looked pretty good. They're a little, I'm still not quite sold on them, but anyway. So we'll get back to that lantern in just a minute. But these are this is a great project right here. These little wood rounds are from Amazon, and I will talk more about those in just a minute. But look at these little cuties. I've used these before. I used these in my tier tray, my snowman tier tray for the 5 Under 5 challenge, and you know, honestly, I haven't even used the window clings proper yet. I probably will take those to school and put them on my windows and my whiteboard at school. But I've been loving these raised stickers. These real chunky, thick raised stickers have been a delight to work with. So look what I'm doing here. I thought maybe I had some wood glue kind of at my side just in case I needed them, but I didn't need them. The stick them on the back of these stickers are, you know, they're solid. And so look at that little house, and I put a little tree beside it. Oh my goodness. So we're going to be decoupaging on top of, let's put a little penguin on there. Oh my goodness, those are the cutest sets. I'm having so much fun with these stickers. And a little hot chocolate cup. Peppermint, we've got a single candy cane and a double. And then some snowflakes. Now, to be honest, the bigger shapes show up better. Now, they're all going to get a coat of this Snow White, but look at them like they are right now. I love them like that. How great would this be a craft for children to pick out their fun chunky stickers and put onto construction paper and cut out, or wood rounds from the Dollar Tree and cut out, or really anything from the Dollar Tree and cut out. How about gift tags, cute gift tags that you get in bulk from different discount stores? And then put these chunky stickers on and hang from your tree. They're darling, and they're you know, beautiful bright colors. But also, take a look at this Snow White chalk paint by Waverly. This, I mean, I've used white by Waverly before and liked it just fine, but one coat and done. It's almost like when you paint black chalk paint onto something. It's one and done. You are completely ready to move on to the next step in the project, because that Snow White, it means business. It's going Snow White. And I may have to do a quick touch up because my paint job wasn't good, but it's not the paint's fault. Okay, now I love this as well. Why couldn't we just leave it Snow White with the shape showing up? That also is gorgeous. That's something else I might end up adding to my tree as well, or for a garland on the mantle, or a little tags to go on your presents or stockings. There's just endless things you could do. But this is the napkin exchange and the napkin challenge. So we are going to be cutting out circles to go over top, because decoupage always looks better on white. So I always try to give it a white base if I want a nice crisp, you know, my colors to come out nice and crisp, exactly the way they are, because they're already on a layer of white. You see, I'm cutting out the napkin without taking off the backing. I'm going to cut out the circle. I used a sunflower glass from the Dollar Tree for my smaller ornaments. There I go. I rough it up a little bit and then pull it apart. And then I used the top to one of the coffee cups from the Dollar Tree for the larger ornaments. And that's going to take it right to the edge of that Snow White circle. I put a little bit of Mod Podge all the way on top. Now, I was very careful not to get into the bark of these Amazon wood rounds, because that bark wanted to chunk right off of there and get into my white paint and into my decoupage glue. And I was having to be extremely careful and staying away from the bark. You see the tree right there coming out? In a minute, we're going to go back and put glue right on that's the holly, right on the shape, and putting a little bit of glitter to bring out the shape just a little bit more. Now a little sparkle, because they are going on the Christmas tree. There we go. Now I also took scraps, not only to put on sticks for our decoration, but also on the top of those two ornaments from the Dollar Tree, our burlap inspiration ornaments. They were a little, the burlap and the trim was kind of fraying toward the hanger of the ornament. And so what I did was I trimmed it just a little bit, and then I put just kind of a collar of napkin from the scraps for my projects. and then Mod Podged them right down on there. And you're going to see in these close-ups, look how pretty. That's the present. And the double candy canes. Let's see, that's the penguin. And then you can see the collar on that ornament. So cute. And there's the collar on that one. Pretty. It just cleaned it up. It made it look a little less scraggly. There's the holly. You can see the holly sparkling there with the glitter and the single candy cane. There's our mug of hot chocolate. And there is the collar I put onto that little hanger. Looks so much better. And the Christmas tree. I love these ornaments. So pretty. Right there by my lantern. And there's that lantern I was talking about on my hutch in the dining room. And that's what we're going to work on right now. So I'm taking those Let It Snow napkins and I'm going to upcycle or update. It already looks great right here, but we're going to update it for Christmas. I made this one a couple of months ago, and those were beautiful. I love those cornucopias for Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving's gone this year, and so we're moving on. We're thankful every day for the Lord who keeps me straight and keeps me on the right path every day. Now, I'm going to take, of course, the backing off. You have to take the backing off. And this is going to leave it nice and thin and vulnerable to tear. I don't want to tear it because this is going to be the screen for my lanterns. I'm going to make, I have 3 of these napkins left. Very nice. And I'm going to flip it upside down. And I'm going to be putting the Mod Podge. This is Mod Podge from the Dollar Tree. They sell them in these little squeeze bottles, which the squeeze bottle was perfect for this project because I'm starting in the middle and then I would just kind of work my way out. I did this in that challenge in September as well, but I'm just kind of lightly dabbing and pulling, lightly dabbing and pulling. I don't want to pull a hole and I don't want to pull it out of shape because it is so thin, but we want it thin. We want that beautiful light from our LED candles to glow through it. And so now I've squirted all of it on. It's dry. So that's the part that has the Mod Podge on. And then we're going to gently pull it off of the parchment paper, which is very easy to do because it is parchment. There we go. And there's the front. So we still have that matte finish, and that's going to be a great screen for our lantern. Again, I used 8x10 frames from the Dollar Tree. That was the faux wood frames. And I put it on a square, one of those kind of shadow box square signs from the Dollar Tree. And then in the bottom where we put the candle, that is just one of those tiles. You can get it at the Dollar Tree, but I get mine at Family Dollar. They're still just $1 there, save a quarter. Now, I'm not doing any measuring. I'm not doing any, I'm not marking with a pencil. I'm just using one of the cornucopia screens, and I am trimming larger than I think I'm going to need. I don't want to go smaller because smaller will mean piecing together. I don't want to do that. So I just keep putting it in there and trim, put it in and trim. And I'm just doing that by eye. But I am cutting different parts of the napkin. So only one of the screens is actually going to say Let It Snow. And the rest of them are going to be different parts of these red snowflakes. And the cornucopia one, I had the same picture in all 4 sides, but this one I wanted to be different. So if I decided to put it on the table, it would have a 360, an interesting different screen in each window of our lantern. And so I'm just using hot glue in the edges. It held beautifully on the September screens, and then it was pretty easy to pull right back out of there. And I think I'm going to show one more panel, and then I'll show you how I kind of finished it up on top. Really, you don't see the bottom part where the candle goes very well where I sit it on my hutch, but I am able to see the top. So I go in and make sure, and this is sped up a lot, so I do wait several seconds so I don't burn my fingers. But I make sure that all those screens are clean and nice and neat on top, because as you're going to see right here in the reveal, with the LED candles inside, I've got, I think, a candle and a couple of tea lights. I wanted it to really shine in the camera. You can see the top edge in some angles, so I wanted it to be nice and neat and clean. And isn't that beautiful? So this is the front of the napkin, and the Mod Podge is on the back. And so this is the napkin side, no Mod Podge on this side. I just love it. Okay, we're to our last DIY, and here he is, looking so cute. He was on a table at the Hello Goodbye, one of my favorite thrift store here in Glenn County. And he had a blue tag on, which meant half off, and the blue tag said $6, so I got him for $3. And it's not a candle holder, it's not a music box. He doesn't, you know, have a purpose, but just decor and just to look darling, make you smile. So I had painted him with the Ultra Matte white outside with the spray paint, but it didn't quite give me that chalky finish that I wanted, so I did go over him with Snow White. Now, I went a little rogue, and my mom and I went out to the St. Simon's drugstore, and they have, there's that third ply. Ooh, be careful, some napkins have 3 plies. All right. Now, they have, at St. Simon's drugstore, they have, oh my goodness, the napkin selection is just fabulous. And I just went a little cuckoo for a second, and I had to try this one. Because look at it, look at that bright poinsettia. And then those mums down there, they look like they're peppermint striped. And then there's some kind of lily. I don't know if that is just for Christmas pictures, just for a Christmas napkin, or if they actually grow in that white with the red stripe. I wouldn't be surprised if they've figured that out some way, but they're just beautiful. Beautiful. They look like candy canes. And so I thought our little snowman friend deserved to be dressed up for Christmas. And so we're going to leave the bottom round of his body, the bottom snowball. We're going to leave that white. And in just a little while, after we finish our decoupage, or after I finish putting on all this pretty napkin and let it dry, we're going to put an opal kind of paint. It's one of the, let's see, metallic pearl white paints in just a minute. Now see, I want to keep that bottom part nice and crisp and straight because it's the bottom of his jacket. And I did the arm already with the poinsettia part. And then I'm going to leave that hole all the way up his scarf, all the way up his hat to the little ball of his hat. So that picture is on his back. And it is so pretty the way this napkin is styled. And I'm getting it all in the cracks and crevices on his sleeve and under his arm. And there we go. His pretty jacket is looking so fancy. All right, I do stay away from his broom. He has a scarf on one side, and we'll do the scarf with the napkin, but different parts of the napkin, so you can tell it's different. There we go. And then, but the broom stays white. And I'm going to be distressing that with my sanding block and with my very small kind of fine grit nail file. And I'm just going to bring out the detail in the little village scene there on his bottom snowball. And then I'm going to bring out a little bit on the front of his jacket, his buttons, his cheeks, his little eyes and mouth. And I'm going to bring out a lot of distress on his broom. So his broom looks like he's ready for play, ready for some fun. But the jacket, if you'll notice, coming down there on the right side is his scarf. And I put that in kind of the holly leaves and berries so that you can tell the difference between the scarf and the jacket. And then here is that metallic folk art paint. It's a pearl white. It's a metallic acrylic paint. And I'm going to paint that all on the white portion of the snowman, and then I'm going to water it down quite a bit and just put a real light watery coat on the decoupage so that it is shining. It just kind of lays in the cracks and crevices of his jacket, mittens and scarf, and his hat. And the rest of it is so pretty and pearly. Now, when I finished painting the pearl onto my snowman, I went back with a little bit of water on my brush and dabbed all the pearl parts, and that took away the brush strokes so that it's just that pearly look. So just take a little bit of water on your brush and dab, dab, dab on that pearl metallic paint, and that will take away your brush strokes if you have any. I use these tiny Crafter Square bottle brush trees inside those fish bowls that you can get from Dollar Tree, and put them with E6000 onto those candlesticks, and they are looking so cute with those are Epsom salts and a little bit of glitter, and my tea lights that are on timers so they turn on and off by themselves. I ordered those from Amazon. Sitting there on the table with our snowman, and there's our cute pillow cover from the Dollar Tree. I love those. I found 3 of them. I'm still on the hunt for the red truck. I can't find him yet, but I'm still looking. Now you see those long signs, they're straight from the Dollar Tree. I didn't do a thing to them. They are perfect just like they are. I love them. And there's our beautiful wood round ornaments. And all the other ornaments you see on that tree are either from the Dollar Tree or Family Dollar. Love all the ornaments that are out right now. Goodness, they're so beautiful, so cute. Look at the tree just sparkling there. And the coffee cup or hot chocolate mug, and needs a little candy cane. Look at those little campers. Oh goodness, so pretty. And our monogram on top, dressed up with some pretty greenery and cotton. And I put a few Dollar Tree trees over there with our tree farm. And there's that reindeer. I'm still thinking about those reindeer napkins. I'm going to use those in another. The little houses are just Christmas ornaments from the Dollar Tree. I want to thank Sarah again from Sunflowers and DIYing for hosting this great challenge each month. Christine, my friend from the DIY Craftaholic, she is so dear, so kind. Her husband's a musician too, and so I feel very warm feelings with Christine and her family. And I thank Sharon from Cheek to Chic for my napkins. Please go down in the description box and check out the playlist. There'll be lots of Christmas inspiration down below. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment. What was your favorite? So, from the blue house on the corner, where I am getting my 3 weeks of Christmas clothes laid out for school starting back on Monday, God bless you, and I'll see you next time.